Now, we'll be talking about caste and politics. So, how do caste and politics are related? We all know that caste is an important factor, but how to explain this? What's the reason? Or what is the kind of relationship between caste and politics? In order to understand this, let's go back to the inherent nature of caste. So, caste as a system is basically based on unequal distribution of power. Right? इसमें एक particular feature here, that is hierarchy. Now, when this system was basically prevalent for ages, there was like a consensus, or say at least एक तरीके से challenge नहीं था from the lower caste against the dominance of the so-called upper caste. And that's why this system was basically being continued. However, post-independence, you will find that and say not post-independence, even few decades before independence, you'll find that this traditional hierarchy was getting challenged from bottom. And eventually there was a tendency to maintain the status, means the one who is at the top will always want to maintain that status quo, will want to maintain the hierarchy at the top. And उसके लिए चाहिए power. And उस power के लिए उस तरीके का power that will require also coercion, that is coercion of the lower caste. But this was possible when there was no formal government or feudalistic system was there in the society. And that was in the pre-British period. जब local गांव अपना affairs manage कर रहे थे, feudalistic system था, and then the landowning caste was actually coercing the lower caste. However, this power got taken away mainly because of the democratic politics post-independence. लेकिन जब democratic politics आई, say post-independence, say when constitution was actually enforced, at that point of time, the idea of democracy did not came from the bottom. Say just like the case of Glorious Revolution in Britain, or say the French Revolution in France, or say American Revolution in America. यहाँ पे ये सारी movement organic थी. That is ground से ये movement आई. People demanded a kind of political system, and that was implemented in that particular state. In case of India, the democratic system that we started to live in was not originated from the demand from bottom, but rather a elite section of the people, the elite section of leaders in India, they created the constitution, they decided what is best for India to rule, and eventually they decided that democracy is the best policy. Okay, और आपको पता ही होगा कि constituent assembly, they were not created by any kind of direct election. ऐसा कोई भी नहीं था, means कि जो public ने vote करके किसी को constituent assembly में भेजा था, it was a kind of indirect representation of the people, right? So the democracy that was created as a form of politics was not coming from the bottom. And इस case में people have to be trained for the democratic value system. अब हमारा value system तो democratic नहीं था, but eventually democracy हम पे impose कर दी गई. Okay, कि yes, democracy से rule करते हैं. And what actually happened due to this? A blend of the traditional value system along with democracy started to develop in India. And caste became one of the most feasible factor or feasible group that is ready for mobilization. क्योंकि value system तो अभी भी traditional है, it is not coming from the demand from bottom, और हमको democracy मिल गई. And that's why the caste adjusted itself as per the new democratic system in order to be used as a segment for mobilization. And this is the major reason of caste getting entangled with the politics.